Hello YouTubers, this is a noobifier. On the 15th of July, CIG posted an info dump onto Spectrum that they call the Patch Watch. This one was about the upcoming patch, specifically about thruster tuning, ships, and the power triangle. Here's what you need to know. This is the follow-up to last week's Patch Watch on shields, and then they reminded us that this is all still in flux, nothing's been nailed down as final. They listed a couple of general design goals as follows. First, max G load should be realistically reflected to what a human can actually endure, and I believe that that's around 9 Gs, with the rare truly gifted pilot being able to hold 9.9 for short periods of time. They'd like to get away from the head-on, nose-to-nose combat that we've had. Just a side note, the way that the community does PvP has a lot to do with how ships behave. And what I'm trying to say here is that players jousting and circle strafing is mainly what occurs because that's what works, or that's where the balance has led us to. I'm curiously interested, but I've always been skeptical since 2.6 vintage. It's my impression that the PvP community, through dedicated breakdowns from players such as Whitesnake, get acknowledged but result in no actual deviation from the charted development plan. I'm not saying that the developers ignore or don't care. It's obvious that they do here and that they're desperately seeking systems that work well. The community is large and made up of a huge gamut of gamer type, skill level, and expectation. Casual to hardcore, passive to killer. CIG has to compromise, often resulting in changes that take away from what I remember of flight and combat. Lately, I found myself playing to evaluate the changes to decide if they're better or worse, instead of just playing because it is fun. Comment your comments in the comments. What are your thoughts? Along with dealing with nose-to-nose being the standard fight posture, they also would like to deal with the pip wiggling and movement scripts. I'd like to unpack that a bit for you. If you're trying to hit me by aiming with the pip, I could mess around with your aim indicator by quickly cycling through the thrusters or jiggling the controller. Some players even created macros to automate this, and it proved to be quite advantageous in a straight mano-a-mano duel. They plan to turn Afterburner into boost, which with capacitor gameplay will be managed by the power triangle. The goal here is to stovepipe each ship into an intended role, making it behave within an expected performance envelope. You will actually need to choose a ship based on the mission type or the role, which is contrary to how many patches to date have behaved. The Vanguard and the Prowler are only two examples of ships who released very strong and could deal with basically every single threat solo. Then they were balanced and nerfed back into place, but it sounds like the team is going to take a much more deliberate approach. Light fighters will excel at 1v1 in dogfights and swarm tactics. They have low durability, they are highly agile with great lateral acceleration and high rotation rates. Boost in this category will be focused on lateral acceleration. Interceptors and interdictors will excel at forward acceleration. They will also have low durability, they can more often carry specialized equipment, they perform better in forward acceleration with average agility. Boost in this category will be focused on forward acceleration. Medium fighters will have average agility and average durability. Their ability to carry larger payload or offer flexibility by being able to carry a wide range of specialized equipment. Boost in this category will affect all axes equally. Heavy fighters will offer the most flexibility through hardpoints equipment, larger shields, heavier weapons, and turrets. They're intended to have extended flight duration, but as you would expect, will be penalized in agility. Boost in this category will affect all axes equally. The developers express what they plan to do with Boost. Boost will offer very short duration performance improvements. The pilot will be able to see the boost reserve on the HUD. They're moving away from using heat as the performance limit now that capacitors are the mechanic. Boost needs a minimum threshold within the capacitor pool or it won't activate. There will be a regen delay, and Boost will still have a short ramp up rather than simply hitting 100% all at once. Boost can be used to improve rotational performance, and Space Brake and Boost are not coupled by default, but you can toggle that in options. They went on to clarify that each ship will be tuned towards the role being unique to prevent a single super ship, and to ensure that we would need to choose the correct tool for the intended job. This includes whether or not the ship has atmospheric wings, its performance, its loadout, its durability, its shield array, and so on. It sounds as if nothing is off the table when it comes to balance, and I suspect they're pushing towards having a real reason to take a gunner into two-man fighters. They spoke about the power triangle, which isn't a new concept. The pilot will have to choose what systems are a priority at that time and adjust them. Pretty simple to explain, pretty difficult to manage in practice. And that's it. The original post is linked in the description. Please let me know what you think of the announced changes in the comments. I'm coming home pretty soon, so I'm pretty effing excited about that. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.